I can only talk from my own experience. I don't think that things which we read in books or see on the film is the same as our own experience. So a Buddhist life is the life of a real person. My teacher in Japan, Nishijima Roshi, lived for 94 years, and he had a life, his life, and he worked as a businessman, he was a father, he was a teacher, he was many things. And there is a film of his life, I think on YouTube, called Buddhist Life. But I tell you about my life. For me, I find that many people think that to live a Buddhist life is to follow some special path. So there are many facets to the path. You have to obey certain rules. You have a certain goal. And in many Buddhist teachings, there is a goal to a Buddhist life, which is some kind of peaceful state, some kind of enlightenment. But in my case, I can't find this goal. I can only find my life at every moment. And in my life at every moment, there is happiness and sadness and anger and peace and confusion and clarity, many different things mixed together. When I was younger, I thought it was necessary to plan how we wanted to live. We wanted to get married, so have children, have a house, have a career, and so on, leading through our lives. And I had no feeling to do this, but many of my friends had that feeling, so they followed this plan of theirs that they made. But in my case, I couldn't find in myself the desire to make a plan. So I have lived just following something, but I don't know what I'm following. In many Buddhist writings, you can read about the Buddhist path. So in your mind you think the Buddhist path is a special path. But I can't find a path. I can't find a way. However, I am going somewhere. I don't know where I'm going, but I am going somewhere. I used to feel that this was a strange way to live, so I must be a little strange person. But in the last 10 years, I realized that it's a nice way to live. No path, no way, no plan. Just living and following something. But it sounds like some kind of strange way, strange dream to live like this. We have our responsibility, our jobs, our families, our partners, our whatever. So I don't want to say that everybody should live like me. But I would like everybody to look in their own lives to see if they can be more free from planning, from finding a path, because if you can be more free from that, you can feel happier. There are many examples, some films, of people who, for instance, have cancer and they know they're going to die after 3 weeks, 3 months, 1 year. And sometimes these people become very happy because at last somebody said, "You're not going anywhere. You can live here. You can live fully here, now." "Oh, thank you. I'm going to die, but I can live here today." We forget this freedom. Everybody has this freedom. You have it, I have it, but we forget it because of our worry in our brain. "Oh, tomorrow I have to do it here. Oh, I have to go to Brno and give a talk, and I have to go to..." And of course we worry, I worry. But at the same time, I noticed that we can live without knowing where we're going. So we can make a plan and we can worry, but at the same time, we can walk with our eyes closed, feeling in the dark which way to go. But how do we know which way to go? If we close our eyes and we walk in a room which we've never been in before, we use our hands. If we want to follow our life without too much planning, we can't use our hands. But in the teachings of the Buddha, there is a word, prajna, Sanskrit word, prajna. And prajna means before thinking. So before thinking, there is something in us. And we use this something every day to make many decisions without thinking about them, without planning about them. We make the decision. Banana, coffee, toilet, small things. So these decisions we make in our life before thinking, before planning, are our life. They make up our life. But we forget. So we are always thinking about, I should do this, I should do that, I mustn't do this, I mustn't do that. But somewhere inside us we have something before thinking. We can call it prajna. Some people say prajna means wisdom. I don't know what it is, but it's something which tells me this way, that way, that way. But this prajna, which I can use to walk in the dark through my life, is very strange. Where is it in me? How can I find it? How can I use it? So I think I have to find my prajna. I have to find my wisdom. I have to find the way. But it's before thinking. So it's no good to think about it. So if I think I have to find a way without thinking, too late. How do we find a way without thinking? My teacher studied the writings of Dogen Zenji, who was a priest in 13th century Japan. And Dogen Zenji taught that when we do something, we find our way. When we do something, prajna appears. So, it's easy to find prajna. Just do something. Just do something? What? Do something. Without thinking about it or planning about it. How do we do that? Well, anybody who likes sport or music or something like that already knows when you're playing sport, you try to stop thinking about what you're doing and let your body find the way. Let yourself find the way. So Dogen's teachings are to find our way by acting, by doing something. It sounds scary because we're not used to trusting something before our thinking. We are taught to trust our thinking, trust our mind. Human beings have very excellent minds, so we invented cameras, YouTube, Facebook, and so on. But to do something without using our minds too much is rather scary for us, frightening, because we're trusting something which we don't know. But coming back to my story, I found that if you can trust something, you can live more freely. I can live more freely. And I think everybody can, to some extent. I'm lucky because I don't have so much responsibility for children. I have children, but they're grown up. I don't have responsibility for a job. I have a job, but it's not such a responsible job. so I can be freer. But I think everybody can be freer. Everybody can find their way without thinking, or they can trust something in themselves. And if you do that, to me, you're a Buddhist. You are leading a Buddhist life. Whether you're a Buddhist or a Hindu or a Christian or a Muslim is not important. The Buddha wasn't a Buddhist. The Buddha's teachings are not about Buddhism. They're about how to live. So the problem everybody has is, how should I live? How should I be right, not wrong? How should I be good, not bad? And so on. So if you can live some of your life without thinking, without worrying, you're leading a Buddhist life. You're living. And one way to help ourselves to live a simple Buddhist life is to practice Zazen. Zazen is a Japanese name. I don't know what else to use. Sitting practice. Why sitting practice? Because when we are sitting in Zazen, we are teaching ourselves not to rely on thinking. So when we notice we're thinking, we stop thinking. So again and again, maybe 100, maybe 1,000 times, we are teaching ourselves something other than thinking. So I'm thinking, stop. I'm thinking, stop. I'm thinking, stop. Stop. Again and again and again. So we're practicing something other than thinking. And so we can find something other than thinking more easily. But not only Zazen, there are many ways to practice other than thinking. And I said to some of you many times, sport is a good way. Because an athlete, a sports person, is practicing other than thinking. Because when you're moving or acting in sport, thinking is not helpful. So, to summarize, I found it's possible to live based on something other than thinking. And I would like to hope that everybody can find some way to live other than thinking, to follow their lives, not to follow their idea. Because even we have an idea, our life is different from our idea. Even we think we're going that way, our life takes us this way. So if we follow ourselves, follow our lives, and practice something other than thinking, our life becomes more simple and more free. And that's that's the meaning of a Buddhist life, even if you are not a Buddhist. I think being a Buddhist is not so important, but understanding how to live. So I'll stop talking now. And if you want to say something or ask questions, please do it. I think every time I say similar things, so some of you think, oh, okay, saying the same thing again. Yes, I'm saying the same thing every time.
Does Zazen help to be more sure about that not following the idea and
Yes, we are practicing not following the idea, yeah. But not only Zazen. Dogen Zenji wrote, Zazen is one way. He said there are many, many ways, but Zazen is one way. And Zazen is a simple way. And somehow it's a nice way. But some people have other ways. There are many human beings who are Buddhists, but they don't know it. Who are leading Buddhist lives, but they don't know it. But Zazen is a very simple practice to find something other than thinking.
And not to be so worried that we don't follow the idea.
Yeah. Because we are very worried about following our ideas, always. I must do this, oh, I should do that, oh, I did that, maybe it's bad, oh, maybe it's good. And especially because we live in a Christian society for many thousands of years, we have a very strong idea about good and bad, right and wrong. But this way, other than thinking, doesn't have good and bad, right and wrong in the same way. Of course, if we go this way and there's a cliff into the sea, it's not good. We walk, but good and bad are different in the way which is other than thinking. And I talked to you before about Dogen's teachings of good and bad. My teacher, Nishijima Roshi, said it is a stupid way to live. So his name, Gudo, means stupid way, or straight way. Because it's stupid way, or simple way. More than simple way. So when we're living this stupid, simple way, what is important? Oh, this is important here. So for instance, in Chinese stories from hundreds of years ago, there are stories where a student asks to his teacher, what is the center of Buddhism? And the teacher says, have a cup of tea. And this simple thing now is the center. So every simple thing or a simple thing drinking tea, or a simple thing driving the car. But this thing now is the important thing. Your camera has very nice hair. Nice hairstyle.
Możesz sa opýtať, question, môžeš sa opýtať, že buddhistické predpisy, prečo a aké sú?
Why are there Buddhist vows?
Vows.
Precepts?
Precepts.
Yeah.
Why?
Why?
For which reason?
Because over thousands of years, people found some kind of precepts to help them.
Že pomáhajú.
Že zistili za to tisícky rokov, že niektoré z nich
But life doesn't have precepts.
ale život, že
Na to sa vlastne zapýtam.
But for instance, one precept is don't get angry, not to get angry. Because when we get angry, we disturb ourselves. So if you get angry with somebody, you feel disturbed. Maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 day, 10 days. So people found maybe it's better not to. But if we try too hard, opposite happens. So, okay, I'm Buddhist. I'm not getting angry. Oh, I'm fine. Fine. Then explosion. So we don't need to try hard. Just we can, for instance, precepts. We can read what they are because they're written. They don't exist somewhere, only writing. And we can notice, if we get angry, it's not so helpful. Okay. But even we read it and remember it, it's difficult to do. So I don't feel precepts are so important. At the same time, they are very helpful.
So how not to get angry? How not to get angry?
I don't know. Go for a walk. Difficult. But if we are healthy, happy, and if our life is not too fixed, it's easier not to get angry. Usually we become angry because we have some fixed idea, or somebody else has some fixed idea, or we are stressed, so inside we have a lot of tension. So there are many reasons for getting angry. So if we can find a way to live that is healthy, and exercise, good food, and being honest, and so on, we hope not to be angry so much. Sometimes it's okay. We're angry. Big thing.
I noticed that also if I too much think more times about some negative things or some, I pay attention to some kind of negative thinking, that I don't believe it, then I became more negative in my life. And it's also nice
Life
to
is
see-
very complicated, yeah. And there are many reasons for becoming angry.
The situation in Slovakia is like in politician situation, for example, very close to the people, and they are getting very easy angry, and because
Who are getting angry?
Slovak people,
People?
many people seeing some politician situation is very bad, and then this bad thinking is coming inside, and people behavior is more nervous and angry and so on.
Angry?
Yeah. You can feel many people, Slovakian people are angry. Yeah.
I think many people are angry in modern life because they are too busy, they are too focused on their thinking, internet, phone, telephone, mobile phone, everything makes us stressed. We are all stressed and we don't know. We forgot we're stressed. Oh, this is normal. Oh, email, text, SMS, oh, go over here, go over there. We're busy, we're stressed. So we're all stressed. Politicians are stressed, everybody is stressed. Children are stressed, they have to take exams now, go to school, go here, go there. So we need to find another way. Not to throw away this society where we live. It's impossible. Impossible. But we can find another way for ourselves. I don't mean live in mountains or in the countryside. I mean to find a way to live which is more free for us. So if we follow society completely, I must do this, I must do that, we become very stressed. Everybody's stressed. In Europe, I don't know, in Japan everybody's stressed, China everybody's stressed. Because life is too busy. Why is it too busy? Where are we going? So I don't know how to change society, but I found some way to change myself. A little. About that much.
You mean the Buddha had the same life? Same life, feeling stress, society maybe, or Buddha? If Buddha have a feeling of the society in that time was stressed maybe, or...
I think the problem for
the situation was the same? Or
no, I think different. The situation in India was not... society was very fast and very stressed, but that there are many different beliefs about life. What is life? How to live? And there were very spiritual beliefs from Brahmanism, and also more and more there were very strange beliefs from more physical practices. So there was a lot of disturbance in society in India because they didn't know about the body, they didn't know about the mind in the same way that we did. But now we know many facts about how our mind works, how our body works, how people work together, how to bring up our children. Everything is much more clear. At the same time, it's too much for us. So we're stressed. Stressed. Is that stress? But it's easy to talk with beautiful ideas. Oh yes, no thinking, I live freely. It's only talking. And when we talk, our ideas are different to reality. And when I talk, my ideas are different to reality. So that's the human problem.
This one is teacher. Ja.
There's discussion maybe we should do something or let it be.
Yeah, or we can let it be. Or, I'm a Buddhist, so let it be. Yeah. And then when we meet the man outside, yeah, I don't know what to do.
I can go and find
Yeah, you could, yeah.
and then or we can because
Yeah. How should we?
needs
Should we have a vote? How many?
Maybe he stopped already.
Yeah, maybe. Doesn't matter.
But maybe it's good to ask what are his plans.
I think too much, yes.
Your legs are painful.
No,
No, okay.
relaxed.
Okay, good. Yeah, sitting is difficult though.
No.
No?
It's nice and
No, good.
my back.
So we can stop if no questions. Yeah. Good. Thank you.